Hi and welcome along to World Cup Daily, the show where we talk about the World Cup news and also Arsenal transfer news. And getting into it for today, first of all, we'll talk about the games from last night. Some pretty decent games. I actually had the pleasure last night of being able to watch the Nigeria versus Argentina game with the footballer Adebayo Akinfenwa, known as the Beast. I watched it in his household, big Nigerian fans, load of them there, and it was a great atmosphere and a great game. Great game. I thought Nigeria really done themselves proud in that game. But Lionel Messi, how good is that guy? I mean, the coach of Nigeria, Stephen Keshi, said that he's on a different planet. He said he's on Jupiter. And you know, when you've got a player like that in your team, I mean, you think of all the stars. Just to show you how good Messi is, think of all the stars that they've got in that team: Di Maria, Higuain, Aguero, and still he just shines miles above even them. And two great goals from him yesterday. Two great goals also from Musa of Nigeria. And I thought Nigeria have really bounced back well after that really quite poor draw that they got against Iran in the opening game. And Nigeria through to the next round along with Argentina. And Argentinians fans at that game, absolutely incredible. Our guy out there, Loomis, has told me already. He said that their fans are unbelievable. They sing from them as soon as they wake up in the morning till they go to bed at night. They're absolutely incredible, those Argentinian fans. The other game of Bosnia versus Iran. Victory for Bosnia, winning 3-1, their first World Cup victory. Well done to them. Well done to Iran as well. I thought they've done decent in the tournament. Switzerland beating Honduras 3-0 with a hat-trick by Shaqiri, a very good player there. He's been linked with us before. And also France playing out a 0-0 a game that was really physical. Ecuador, they played well Ecuador. We saw when Ecuador played England, they were a very physical team. Valencia of Man United got sent off in that game. I thought Giroud did okay in the game when he came on. Bit naughty with a bit of an elbow there in that game. But all in all, some good games last night. And the interesting thing was to see, again, managers who their teams went out resigning. The manager of Iran, Carlos Queiroz, I know it resigned yesterday. That's Iran, right? Iran. He said, "I've failed," right? And nobody expected them to do anything better than, you know, what they did. They actually, remember, they actually nearly pulled off a win or draw against Argentina. Now listen, and he's resigned, he's stepped down, and our manager, Roy Hodgson, still thinks it's okay to stay on. And, you know, I had my rant about that yesterday. And also, something else I was talking about yesterday was the whole Luis Suarez thing. Apparently, in Uruguay, they're saying it's a conspiracy against him. It's a conspiracy against him from Italians and the English press. And come on, if you don't help this guy, the guy needs help. And the guy help's got to come as well through the form of punishment. And he's got to be punished for what he's done. He's got to get a serious punishment. And I can already sort of see that it looks like they're sort of backing down in the sort of punishment he's going to get. But listen, he's, as I said yesterday, fantastic player. Every club would want him for his ability, but as a person, there's something seriously wrong. Let's get into the transfer news now. Listen, I'm going to post a link. I'm going to post a link in this video, right? So look for that link where it goes through to an interview. I was talking about this yesterday, an interview that Arsene Wenger did about Mario Balotelli, right? He was asked by Ruud Gullit in this interview. They were talking about the World Cup, and Arsene Wenger, as clear as day, says, "Listen, we were not in for Balotelli. It's another one of these things that's been made up." I mean, watching the interview, I think we can totally forget any way that Arsenal are going to buy Balotelli. I think it's quite categoric in this interview by Arsene Wenger that Arsenal will not be getting Balotelli. So I think we've had all the past couple of weeks all the talk about Balotelli. Even I thought to myself that there must be something behind it because it was bubbling up. But Arsene Wenger's come out and said we are not buying Mario Balotelli, and we were never interested in Mario Balotelli. And he even says his agents trying to, you know, whip it up so that Arsenal will buy it. And I'll post the link Look out for it in this video. Once the video is finished, I'll post the link in the final video when it comes up. But Arsenal are not buying Mario Balotelli, and I was saying yesterday that Wenger famously did that with Cazorla and denied it, and we still ended up buying him. But by going by this interview, I think there's no way Arsenal are going to buy Balotelli. So I think we can cross that one off, which begs the question, which striker are we going to get? It's been hotting up the news that it's all about Alexis Sanchez. Again, is that just all rumours? There was a lot of talk going around that Arsene Wenger held a secret meeting with Alexis Sanchez's agents with a view to trying to sign him. I'd love Alexis Sanchez. I think he's a brilliant player. But again, we don't. You see, this is the thing with transfers. Until there's lots of speculation. Agents put stuff out there to try and get their player a better move. Newspapers are looking for stories. So you can never be 100% sure about speculation until you sort of hear the clubs wanting to say that they want to move for this person. But all the talk is now that Alexis Sanchez is the target, and I've said already for quite a long time. I was told quite a few weeks ago that Loic Remy was the player that Arsene Wenger wants to bring in that striker position. But we're going to have to wait and see. Another player we've been linked with is Sami Khedira. I'd love to see Sami Khedira. We definitely need a quality holding midfielder. Sami Khedira, apparently Madrid may be willing to sell. He was injured for most of last season with a very bad injury. Apparently Madrid want to bring in Toni Kroos from Bayern Munich, and if they bring him in, it costs them a lot of money. They'd be willing to sell Sami Khedira. And with all the German connections at Arsenal, Sami Khedira might be a good player to bring in. He's looked decent already in this World Cup, even though he's just been coming back from an injury. We'll get another chance to have a look at him today because he'll be playing. But Sami Khedira, another player linked with Arsenal. We definitely need a defensive midfielder, and he would really, really fit the bill. He'd be perfect. And Javi Martinez, Chicharito from Manchester United, that's another player being linked to Arsenal today. Apparently he wants to leave he wants to leave Manchester United. He wants regular football. If he came to Arsenal, would he be a regular starter, or would he be just in the same position as he is at Man United, where he's coming off the bench? I don't think that Arsenal will move for Javi Hernandez, but that's another player being linked. There's even been talk that he may be part of a deal with Vermaelen going the other way. I don't know. I can't see that one either. I can't see. I think if Hernandez leaves Arsenal, he's going to want to go to somewhere where he's going to start week in, week out. And I don't think if he left Man United, he's going to want to go to somewhere where he can start week in, week out. And I don't think if he comes to Arsenal, he would start week in, week out. So again, I'm not sure about that. I very much doubt that link. And Federico Fazio of Sevilla, 27 years old, defender. He's been linked with Arsenal before. He was linked with Arsenal last year, being linked with Arsenal and Liverpool again this year. All the talk is Arsenal want to bring him in to bolster that defence. Of course, they need another defender. They may need two if Vermaelen goes. But remember, we've only got three at the moment. Mertesacker, Koscielny, Vermaelen. We need another one. And as I said, if Vermaelen goes, we'll need another one again. So that's a player being linked with a move to Arsenal again today. And we definitely need defenders. Talking about the games today, the game I'm really looking forward to seeing today is those games in that group with Germany versus USA and Ghana versus Portugal. And I really don't know what to watch. I don't know what to watch. I'll probably watch the Germany-USA game because there's a lot of Arsenal players playing for Germany, number one. And that should be a really great game. But anybody can go through from that group. Ghana can go through. Portugal can go through. Germany and USA, they only need a draw and they're through. I'll tell you what, the tournament has been brilliant so far. And hats off to the USA. I'll tell you, I've been really impressed with their spirit and the way they've been playing. And fans in the USA really getting behind the USA at the moment as well. And it's been really incredible. And it's going to be really interesting to see who gets through in that group. Let's just go to a few of your comments there. Somebody else, 88, said Wenger said about Cazorla, I've never heard of him. Yes, he did say that, but I want you to watch the interview that we're going to post in this link, and you'll see what I mean. I think that this time he definitely means it. They're not interested in Balotelli. Hollers444 says, do you think Shaqiri could join Arsenal, Robbie? Would make a decent striker. I'm not sure. He's more of a winger, isn't he? Is what he plays, and I think we've got enough of those. Joel Campbell, of course, hopefully he's going to be coming back to Arsenal, so I think we were right in that department. Lewis Jenkins says Joel Campbell's birthday at 22 years old should have already have made his mark at Arsenal. Well, they sent him out on loan, and they're probably going to think he's ready now. So let's hope he's ready. When Wenger said he's not interested in Balotelli, he's done the same thing with Arteta and Cazorla and even Draxler. I don't care what Arsene Wenger says. There's a serious interest coming from Arsenal, and that's Technique 10. Technique 10, I want you to watch the video that I'm going to post in the link, and I think you may, after watching that, say to yourself, no, I don't think we're going to sign him. Donaldino99 says, I like that name, Donaldino99. As I say that, he just disappears from off of my link because about another 30 things have come through on my comments thing. So I'll go to this one. Mirage S says, hi, Robbie. Firstly, great work on Arsenal Fan TV, doing a great job. Thank you very much. He said, I think we should go for the Mexican goalkeeper as backup, Oncha, and he said also Khedira, Sanchez, and maybe Griezmann. Now, it's Ochoa is the Mexican keeper, and apparently Atletico Madrid are in the driving seat to sign him. Of course, they might be losing Courtois, so apparently they're interested in bringing him in. Majrots 14 says, think we'll bring in a big name striker, or will it be the same old, same old? I think he's asking me that one. As I said, I don't know. I'm still think it still could be Loic Remy. I'd like a massive name to come in as well, but I don't know. It's always second guessing Arsene Wenger and Arsenal. You know, nobody can do it. Nobody. No one got the Ozil thing right last year. Nobody thought that they'd go for half of the targets they went for. So it's really, really hard to second guess what's going to happen. Frontline says Aurier, Benzema, Khedira, and Sanchez. That's all we need. Well, that would be a very good summer. Andy B says, hi, Robbie. Do you think Jenkinson could make it to the starting lineup next year? I think definitely. Carl Jenkinson needs to be given a run. I know there's a lot of people out there who think he's a bit dodgy in defence, but that's because the guy's hardly played. But I remember that run of games that he had at the start of last season, and he done really, really well. And I think he's the type of player that if he gets a run of games, he can really prove himself. And I reckon he could get himself into the England team as well. So, you know, I'm all up for Aurier coming in and him, Jenkinson and Aurier battling it out for that right-back position. That's what I really would like to see. Who else we got here? Dylan Calder says, is there any news on strikers? Once again, as I said, Loic Remy is what I've been hearing about, but also the strong rumours about Alexis Sanchez. Poringon then says Khedira won't be sold. He's in Ancelotti's plans. I'd rather see the faster defensive midfielder like the Bender brothers, laugh out loud, he says, or somebody like Schneiderlin. Schneiderlin, of course, who played for France yesterday, had a good game, actually. He looked pretty decent, Schneiderlin. I would rather see a bigger name than that. Somebody really with Champions League experience who can come into that middle of the park. Somebody really hardcore, a Xavi Martinez or Khedira or somebody like that. I really want to see somebody proper who comes into that position. Just a couple more. Bob LOB says, I'd really love to see Jackson Martinez playing for Arsenal. He looks a great striker. Yes, he did look decent the other night. And done that one, somebody else saying. And Alif says, Mario Balotelli is more risk than reward. That's what he says. And there's loads more other comments, and I'll try and go through as many of those today. And as I said, I will post that link with the interview from Arsene Wenger, where I think he's finally put to bed any hope of us signing Mario Balotelli. Thanks for watching World Cup Daily. We will be back tomorrow.